Hi, my name is Jackie Broaddus, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor from Hopeful Journey Counseling and Consultation. And today I would like to share with you some information about brain bridges and EMDR. Now, the brain is a very complex organ, and it has so many multiple parts that have to work together for prime functioning. But today, in order to keep it simple, I just want to talk to you about the back of the brain, the front of the brain, the left side, and the right side. So the back of our brain is the first part that comes online, and it is all about safety and survival. This is where we get fight, flight, freeze, follow, and fawn. This alarm part of the brain is called the amygdala. And when I was in graduate school, to help me remember how to spell it, I turned it into a proper name. So you have Amy, then middle initial G, and then Dalla, Amy G. Dalla, or lovingly known as the Amy Alarm. The Amy Alarm, she is only about survival and not really about logic or deep thought. She is the reactive part of our brain. So the front part of our brain, just behind our forehead, is known as the prefrontal cortex, or as I like to call it, the wise brain. It is the last part to install all of its updates, and this usually happens in our mid-20s. This is why teens and young adults still make unwise or risky choices. The wise brain helps the Amy Alarm in decoding the difference between real and perceived threats. The wise brain is also responsible for executive functioning skills, decision making, impulse control, reflection, and future planning. Now, the left part of the brain focuses on math, problem solving, language, time, dates, and it helps tame emotions. The right side of the brain focuses on creativity, pictures, art, color, music, the five senses, and it can be a tangle of emotions. This is where memories live. Between the parts of the brain, there are pathways or bridges that help with the transfer of communication among all of the parts. For low-level alarms, Amy sends a signal of survival up to the wise brain that then uses the left and right sides to figure out how to handle and respond to the situation. But sometimes, when something stressful or unexpected happens, the bridges that connect the parts of the brain together actually act like a drawbridge, and when they are triggered, they go up. And when they are in the up position, the wise brain gets unplugged temporarily, and your thinking can get stuck on the left side or the right side, where you could be overly emotional or devoid of emotion. With time and intentional stress relieving skills, the bridges come back down. For really traumatic events, whether it be grief, loss, injury, or some other perceived traumatic situation, trauma ends up not just triggering the bridges to go up, but it could actually blow up some of the bridges. This leaves the Amy Alarm in control as the wise brain stays unplugged. The left brain stays frozen by trauma, and the right brain overreacts to trauma. An interesting thing to note is that the memories of trauma stay on the right side of the brain, while language, or the words needed to express the trauma, are stuck on the left side of the brain. This is why it can be difficult to talk about or find words to describe what you have experienced. This is also why during REM, or rapid eye movement sleep, information from the day may get stuck or lost. During REM, our eyes move rapidly side to side, sorting and filing the day's events, information, and emotions. But when we go through something stressful, upsetting, or traumatic, our brains don't know what to do with that information, and it gets stuck. This is also because the bridges end up blocked. When the information is not sorted, it contributes to the feelings of stress and overwhelm, and we sometimes don't make the wisest choices. As I stated earlier, time and intention can help. One intentional strategy is a therapy model called EMDR. The EM stands for eye movement, as you recreate REM sleep, but you are awake. You recreate the rapid side-to-side movements, either with your eyes, your hands, or other bilateral movements or sounds. Bilateral means left or right. The D stands for desensitization, where you lower the stress reaction to the situation, which in turn lowers your stress. The R stands for reprocessing, where you figure out where to file or sort the event, and in turn boost your mental resilience. With EMDR, the side-to-side or left-to-right movements combined with intentional focus help your brain lower the drawbridges, rebuild blown-up bridges, and create new, more adaptive bridges.